Hello guys, and welcome to day 76 of our 365 days of courage, where we always try to encourage one another every day for a year. With God's words in the Bible, we look for those verses that assure us not to be afraid, to take courage, and to fear nothing. For our courage verse for today, it is taken from the book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 4, and it says there, I will set up shepherds over them who will feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, nor shall they be lacking. I, the Lord, have spoken. Alright. In the book of the prophet Jeremiah, the previous chapter talks about the pronouncement by God of judgment upon the rulers of Judah. In a general sense, he condemned these rulers being unfaithful shepherds. These rulers are castigated because they did not keep together the flock of God. Yet, God promised to restore the wounded and the scattered flock. One reason God scattered His people in exile was because of their unspiritual and ineffective leadership. Yet God promised that one day He will gather His sheep from all the countries where they are in exile, and even promised that He will bless them and that He will set up shepherds, rulers who are spiritual, who will guide and lead them and who will feed them and bring security and prosperity. And right now, we need such spiritual and godly leaders and rulers, not just for our local communities, but for our country, the Philippines. Even Jesus in our gospel today, taken from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 6, verse 30 to 34, sabi doon, when He saw the crowd which followed them to the other side of the lake, His heart was filled with pity for these people, for they were like sheep without a shepherd. Jesus saw the need for a shepherd para sa mga tao na laging sumusunod sa kanila wherever they go. Imagine, in our gospel, medyo napagod na sila and they would want to rest, and so they rode on their boat so that they could go to the other side of the lake. Pero pagdating nila sa other side of the lake, dun sa pampang pa lang, kita na ni Jesus, daming tao laging sumusunod sa kanila. Kawawa sila. Sa paningin ni Jesus, they are like sheep without shepherds. They are people who have no rulers. Now, I remember when we were conducting information education campaign, nung nag-organize kami ng Indigenous Peoples Organization who will represent the aspirations of the IPs in our place. Isa sa mga nag-comment in one of our IECs, sabi niya, dapat ang piliin natin na maupo bilang representatives ng mga IPs per barangay ay yung may takot sa Diyos. Dahil kapag ang taong pinili natin ay walang takot sa Diyos, maaabuso at mapapariwara, mababaliwala at masasayang lamang ang organisasyon na itinatatag namin. And tama siya. We need godly rulers. We need spiritual leaders. Ibig sabihin, bawat lugar dito sa Pilipinas, bawat munisipyo, barangay, probinsya, and even our country, we need spiritual leaders. Subalit, here's the challenge. Bakit tuwing election, lantarang panggagago ang nakikita natin? Yung mga may pera, lantaran silang namimigay kaliwat kanan ng pera, bumibili ng boto. Alam natin na kailangan natin ng mga spiritual leaders na dapat maupo. But then, bakit kaya ganun? Lumalabas pa rin, nananalo pa rin yung mga mandaraya, yung mga bumibili ng boto. And then we ask, why does God allow these things to happen? Oops, we should not be asking God. We should be asking ourselves, why do we allow these things to happen? Voters education, ang dami na. Ang dami ng mga IECs about voting wisely, na ang boto natin ay sagrado at hindi dapat ibinebenta. Dahil alam nyo kung anong mangyayari? Kapag naupo yung taong bumili ng boto, kaliwat kanan din ang kanyang magiging kontrata para makabawi siya sa ibinayad niya sa boto na yan. But then, bakit kaya nananalo pa rin tong mga to? And then we say, oh, may tinig tayo, kaso kukunti lang tayo. Nag-iisa lang ako nag-advocate against it. Wala tayong kakayahan. Guys, may kakayahan tayo to bring real change in our government, in the governance that we have. In the current political setup that we have the power to bring change by selecting godly leaders. But then, ang mga tao kasi, kapag nakakita na ng pera, tiklop na yung kanilang pananampalataya, tiklop na yung kanilang prinsipyo. Iilan na lang tayong nang-advocate ng ganito. And so, most of us would say, anong kaya natin? Anong magagawa natin? But then guys, meron tayong pwedeng gawin dyan. Manindigan tayo sa ating prinsipyo, magdasal tayo. Because prayer works. And we cling on to His promise that He will set up spiritual leaders, godly shepherds who will soon feed us, who will soon lead us to security and prosperity. Maniwala tayo sa salita ng Panginoon na yan. Sa last sentence ng courage verse natin, sabi niya doon, I the Lord have spoken. Kaya magtiwala tayo guys, magkakaroon din ng tunay na pagbabago. Nakakadismaya lang kasi sapagkat tuwing election, by the way malapit na naman ang filing, election na naman next year. Tuwing election, mangangampanya sila that they are going to bring change in our communities. But then, leaders after leaders, mukhang powers na tayo eh. Palubog na ang ating community. And ang mga nauupo ay pansariling interes ang inaatupag, hindi naman ang interes nating mga pangkalahatan. But then guys, may magagawa pa rin tayo. Una, manindigan ka. Manindigan tayo sa ating prinsipyo na ang boto natin ay sagrado at hindi yan binebenta. Pangalawa, bawat isa sa atin magdasal. All together we pray. We pray as one so that God will make His promise of setting up godly leaders, setting up good shepherds come true. Sinabi niya yan. Sabi niya, I the Lord have spoken. So let's have faith na magagawa natin. By manindigan tayo sa ating prinsipyo, huwag tayong papaapekto, huwag tayong patatalo. And pangalawa, we pray. We pray as one family. Anumang relihiyon meron ka, anumang sitwasyon ng buhay ang meron ka, you and me are involved in this, we all need to pray so that God will make His promise of setting up good leaders, godly shepherds to lead our country, to lead our community towards prosperity, towards true development at hindi lamang pansariling interes. Yun ang pwede natin magawa ngayon guys. We don't have to take up arms to effect real change. We can do it in our own small and little ways. Ipunin natin yung mga maliliit na dasal natin na yan. Pakikinggan tayo ng Panginoon. He have spoken. Let's have faith in Him and in His words. And we trust and we will not be afraid that He will bring about this promise into reality. Alright guys? And so guys, thank you once again for always tuning in. And I hope to see you tomorrow on day 77 of our 365 days of courage. Ingat kayo guys, wherever you are. Bye!